Welcome to the Leela Life Show. I'm your host, Linda Andrews, and you've tuned in to the right place to up-level in your life and business. Enjoy the show. Welcome to the Leela Life Show. This is your host, Linda Andrews. I am so happy to be with you today. I want to spend some time highlighting and talking about surrender, acceptance, and action. You hear me talk about some of these different aspects, topics again and again, and it's because these are fundamental pieces to being as fully in the now that you can be and to embrace life in this now moment and live from this space. So I'd like to spend some time breaking this down. And some of the inspiration for this comes from a friend messaging me, and she said, "What am I supposed to be doing?" Getting in the chaos and the cloudiness of, am I doing what I'm supposed to be doing? And I remember a time in my life, in my 20s, that I felt debilitated by this question around fulfillment and purpose and doing what I'm supposed to be doing. And went on this search for myself, I guess, to figure it out, right? What am I supposed to be doing? Finding this fulfillment. So I want to stop right here around fulfillment. And one of the teachers, you've heard me mention Dr. Michael Beckwith or Michael Beckwith. He feels like a doctor. He's actually a pastor, Pastor Michael Beckwith, that presents like a doctor. But anyway, zero medical advice coming at you right now, where he's saying the distinction between feeling full and fulfillment. And a lot of our world can set us on this quest for feeling full and our not enoughness and our lack needing the feeling of full versus the feeling fulfilled, fulfilled versus feeling full. Am I fulfilled? Am I full of life? Am I filled with life, or am I feeling full? We live, I had to get through that there for a second. We live in, consumerism, materialism. It's coming at you. It's look, you're broken. Get on Amazon and fix it. Go do this, and this. Oh, you're still broken, right? And so consistently over time, lack, not worthy, unworthy, undeserving. These messages are just continued to be impressed upon our subconscious and our consciousness over and over and over again. So I wanted to take a moment coming back to this question of what are you supposed to be doing, this search for fulfillment, and to make this distinction around what are you looking for, and are you looking to feel full? No judgment. This conversation is a place of curiosity, of inquiry, of awareness. And when you can be in that space versus the judgmental space of self, that's where you can get into the heavy lifting and start making new choices and allowing change to shift through. So noticing that within yourself, okay? What am I supposed to be doing? Your life is made up of all these micro moments, seconds, milliseconds, and an unknown amount of time that you're here alive in this form. And this form that's always changing. So what are you supposed to be doing? I can't answer that for you, but the blanket statement that I would say to anyone and everyone is living as close to 100%, if not 100%, in this now moment every second. So you're supposed to be doing. And so and I say supposed to in air quotes, because maybe there's no supposed to be doing, right? It's living, it's life. the born worthy, born deserving, and anything outside of that being lies would shift your perspective quite a bit for how you live in life. And this isn't to be an egomaniac, be like, I'm so deserving and I can treat people like shit and I can this and I can that. Nah, 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 nah. But that's not usually what happens. When you take out the mind drama of not enoughness, you show up in a much different way that I tend to find equals a lot of freedom and a lot of compassion for others, because you can see where others are not, they're following the lies, falling into the lies of how they're not whole and broken and all the things. And it goes on and on and on. So this surrender, acceptance, action, it's a very intentional order. This surrender is the surrendering to the now moment. And it may be the hybrid of and accepting the now moment. It doesn't mean that you love and are stoked about everything. Far from that. What it does mean is that you are accepting and surrendering to the now moment. Because when you do this, it removes the resistance, because the mind may be in like, well, it's supposed to be like this, but it's actually like this. This is that gap. And in that gap can be the mind drama of what it's supposed to be versus the acceptance of what is, that leads to the inaction, the distraction, the suffering. So we want to neutralize this. And this neutralization comes from the acceptance and the surrender. Surrender also leading to this deeper level of trust, which then taps into your belief system, beliefs like life is happening for me and through me. I'm interested in the highest good of all, for the highest good of all. Whichever beliefs you'd like to adopt into your field, into your system, into your way of being. And then this action, which attached to the action is the choice. Choices. Choices in your now moments. Being made anew, you are being made anew in every now moment. So let's get out the old calculator and get a little crazy, okay? 60 seconds times 60 minutes in an hour times 24. 86,400 seconds in a day. If my math is correct. I'll double check it. 24 hours divided by 60 minutes divided by 60 seconds. I think we're right. But you get the gist, okay? Bear with me here. 86,000 seconds in a day. Yeah. I was driving myself crazy. Okay, 86,000 seconds in a day. 86,400 seconds in a day. That many now moments, that many opportunities to be that present. When you are committed to living like that, a few things start to happen. Your perspective shifts and you are able to see clearly all the things that may be distractions, that may be, let's just say distractions, distracting you from fully showing up in the now moment. It's information. Maybe there's certain things that are extremely captivating to your distractions of the now moment. It's just interesting. There's zero judgment. What there is the ability to make choices again and again and again. So 86,000 seconds, many of those you may be sleeping. Okay, so how do you want to show up and feel into your moments? How are you being? How are you being? How are you being? There's an outside world going on all the time, whether you're paying attention to it to not. And might I add, these are very complex systems, multi-layered. evolution in the role that things build or not, right? Or they're dying and they're all interrelated all the time. And I believe it's impossible for you to be in the awareness of every single thing that is going on every single second. It's just possible impossible. And so you have these choices about what you're paying attention to, where you're giving your time, energy, and attention in every second. Can you consciously choose that? Maybe, maybe not. A lot of this is run by habits and patterns. And the gift of awareness is you start to notice what the fuck you're doing. And then the gift of choice is you get to take the feedback of the choices you're making and be aware of them and make new ones. Making complex systems simple by some of these tools. I mentioned sometimes I'm very much thinking in binary. Like if I'm going to give my time, energy, and attention to XYZ distraction, am I also willing to give it to ABC distraction? And then it's like, as all of the distraction and energy, time, energy, attention is going to these distractions, what am I left with? And it may be taking away from other life areas, other commitments, other priorities, other values, other aspirations, other visions. It's like, oh man, my life doesn't feel and look like I want it to. Hmm, what can I change? You can change your integrity with the moment. What do I mean by that? Deciding how you want to show up. Decide, Latin root, desire, to cut off, decidir, to cut off other options, maybe to cut off other distractions. This stuff shifts things immediately. This shifts things immediately. If you can be curious, if you can get out of the judgment and the shame and the stories and the loops of what was and get into the now. You know, maybe it's at this point a cliche, Mr. Eckhart Tolle, the power of now, like them or not, whatever, right? It's like, I want my battery. I picture literally a battery. I want my battery to be at 100% in each now moment. And so what I get to do is make that decision that that's what and how and where I live. And then slowly the shoulds fall apart and the programming and the way life told you it was supposed to look, right? What am I supposed to be doing? Is this what I'm supposed to be doing? I don't know. Are you living in the now moment 100%? Now, so you start doing this and you do it and you do it and you do it, and you have little, say, setbacks or triggers, or you start going backwards, or the habits and patterns take over, or you're really in the distraction. Healing being the absence of distraction. And when we're saying healing, perhaps just a conduit to wholeness. Wholeness is the absence of distraction. The distractions being anything, any of the lies telling you you're less than. These things can click in immediately. You know, I want to change this. I want to change XYZ. I want to change my job. I want to change my level of success with my business. I want to change how I show up as a mother. I want to change how I show up as a wife or a husband. I want to change my health. Well, I could give you for everything, for each one of those areas, tools, strategies, techniques, infinite, infinite. But if you haven't made the decision to show up and actually do it in a new way to reflect all these desires, you kind of get stuck in the conundrum of the mind drama, distraction, and your past habits and beliefs. If you change how you're doing it, right? How you're being and show up in your moments differently, empowered, aligned with your desires and your values, your life will shift. Your life will shift. Your life will transform. This is alchemy. These are the miracles. It will happen. So, noticing what stories am I telling myself? What stories am I sick of? And see, experiment, have some fun, enjoy it. I love you. I hope this is landing. Enjoy your beautiful day. Enjoy your now moments. Take your 86,400 seconds today and see how close to 100 you can get in your battery. I want to end with one caveat, right? There's things going on in the world. There's emotional processing. There's past traumas. Permission to be fully human and move through everything that you need to move through. But remember some of what I shared with you today. Let this anchor you in. Let this allow you to assert and empower into the power of decision, of choice, of action. So you're not at odds with your present. You're in the surrender and acceptance, and you're going forth from there. That is all. By the way, give us a little like, share, whatever you desire to. We appreciate your support so much. I do. I know that. So does our team here at Lila Life. We work hard to bring this to light for you. So spread that love. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for tuning in. I hope you enjoyed today's episode of the Lila Life Show. Be sure to share, like, and comment. Tune in next week. And if you're not already a member of the Lila Life Collective, you'll want to be. So take a look in the show notes and be sure you sign up today. Have a beautiful day.